All right, folks. 4 days ago, there was a fire in Boyle Heights. I figure it's just a warehouse. It'll be fine. Second day, I started smelling that smoke the first day. So I go, they'll fix it. The next day, it still smelled like smoke. Yesterday got a little better. Today, I can't even breathe. What is going on? Let's check out this report. I don't know if you guys know about it. Some warehouses burning. What chemicals are in there? That it's unstoppable. Is it nuclear? What the hell's going on?
So
come on, LA, get it together.
Where we are with the fire in Boyle Heights, as has been mentioned for a couple days.
First of all, before I continue, could you hear this? Could you hear this? Yes or no? Audio. Okay, audio's good. Good.
Good morning, everybody. I am Chief Moore, Fire Chief for the City of Los Angeles Fire Department. Here to give an update as to where we are with the fire in Boyle Heights. As has been mentioned for a couple days now, this is a very unique fire, a very unique challenge for the Los Angeles Fire Department, for the City of Los Angeles, but also for the County of Los Angeles. What we have is a 500,000 square foot commercial building that's used for frozen food. And the best way to describe this is it's like a giant cooler. We have corrugated steel on the outside walls filled with very, very dense foam. And the interior walls are also protected by corrugated steel walls as well.
So you can't
very similar to what your coolers are when you put your sodas in there in blocks of ice. Ammonia was used as one of the refrigerants to keep everything very, very cold. So if you can imagine walking into a cold storage freezer, that's really what we're dealing with here. We've done some unique operations, and those operations have continued because the nature of foam as it burns is it just slowly continues burning. And we've been doing helicopter drops continuously since this fire started, just to keep the building cooled down.
At least you could do.
Some have asked, why don't we just let this building free burn? Well, we have some concerns. Not just the off-gassing from all the foam that's being burnt. We've already taken care of the hazardous materials concern by hauling all that off. But we have 85 million pounds of frozen food inside of this facility.
Okay.
And the way the building has been laid out, it's very difficult for us to get in there because there's zero visibility inside. Our firefighters are not able to just go in there and start moving pallets, as some may think, to be able to remove the product inside. We have cordoned off the fire with the use of...
Thank you, Linda. Bass is up front and personal with this one.
Ladder pipes, which is the large towers of aerial towers that have hoses on them that are emitting 1,500 to 2,000 gallons of water per minute. And we've been able to section it off. So what we're trying to do now is figure out the uninvolved area, how we can remove that food before it starts spoiling and becoming a biohazard concern. So obviously, as this fire continues to burn...
Yeah, I can't go out in this weather for Father's Day.
It's creating new challenges for us. We've already mitigated the hazardous materials portion, but now we're starting to deal with the biohazard portion.
Yeah, the one we're breathing
with today. I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Bass to give you the steps and the actions we've taken as a city and as a county, working jointly together to try to mitigate this emergency. But I do want to really commend our firefighters because they've been working countless hours.
Stop kissing each other's ass and get rid of the fucking fire, man. We get it. The Bass is the best. You're the best. The firefighters are the best. The LAPD does not shoot dogs. We get it. All right? We get it. You guys are awesome.
Fire started just trying to hold this fire the way it is.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. Yeah.
If these fires often kill firefighters, nobody has been injured. Nobody has been hurt.
Don't worry, we'll all probably get cancer from the shit later.
We want to ask that if you are participating with outdoor activities, and we know a lot of people are going out to watch some of the FIFA matches today, if you're sensitive to smoke, please be cognizant of that and try to stay indoors. But there's nothing in the air that is so dangerous that we have to do evacuations or even shelter in place. But we do caution people who have sensitivity to smoke or any type of lung issues to try to avoid any activities outside. So just be very cognizant.
How is that good for you?
Our firefighters are doing an incredible job. They've been working hour after hour and just trying to hold this, and they're going to continue doing that. Now our next objective is try to figure out how we're going to get this product out of there and do it safely under the conditions we have. So it's my honor to introduce to you Mayor Karen Bass.
It's his honor. It's his honor. He's a fanboy. It's his honor.
Update from the
shit.
side.
It's his
good morning,
honor.
everyone. Let me just say, on behalf of all of us here, and certainly myself as well, our chief concern is for your safety and for your health. And so we're not concerned in terms of the fire spreading or anything like that, but we are concerned about the biohazard, the smoke. No smoke is good, but especially the smoke that could be toxic because of the chemicals that were needed to keep the food frozen in the facility.
Right, the one we're breathing
our
right now.
main focus today is to talk about your health and how we are going to respond to that. Let me also just say that I stand here with representatives from the state, the county, and of course, the leader of the district, our city councilwoman, to tell everybody that that is our chief concern. Last night, we opened up a recreational facility for a 24-hour shelter if people need that. And I know that our councilwoman will talk about that in a minute. We're going to be distributing masks and air filters. Thank you, with the Red Cross and other our partners.
What's up, Brandon?
And then later today, we will be announcing a joint state of emergency. I have reached out to the governor. I know other of us have reached out to the governor. I anticipate talking to him later today. I know Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez last night reached out. He'd already heard from the governor.
Okay.
So the governor will be prepared to respond to our state of emergency when that is ready, with whatever resources we need to do.
This is only one city block. Imagine if there's more fires. We're cooked.
What the chief described, which is moving the toxic materials away from here and disposing of them in a way that we will avert a major environmental disaster. So this is about prevention. This is about protecting your public health. And I just do have to commend all of the firefighters because
Again, kissing each other's balls. We don't give a shit. Are they paid? They're doing their job. Fix it first, then we'll applaud. I want to commend. This press conference has started. All I hear is ball kissing.
the chief explained to me yesterday, a fire like this typically could result in the loss of life of many firefighters. I did announce last night that we were going to have a press conference. So because I wanted the chief to talk about the innovative, aggressive tactics that have been used to fight this fire to keep everyone safe, including the firefighters. And I just want to commend him for his
commending. Everybody's great. Everybody I hired is great. Meanwhile, there's 4 days of a fire. No end in sight.
Absolute excellent leadership and his aggressive response to this in a way that I don't think we have seen before. So with that, I want to introduce my chief partner, longtime colleague, the supervisor from this area, Hilda Solis.
Thank you, Mayor, and I want to thank obviously our colleagues here, but first and foremost, I want to thank the Los Angeles City and LA County firefighters. Thank you, Chief Moore, and to our LA County firefighters for being here. They have been working around the clock since Wednesday when this was declared a hazard. And I just want to say that while Boyle Heights is in the city of Los Angeles, the impacts are also felt in the unincorporated areas of East Los Angeles, but other surrounding cities.
What are these people hired for? The ones next to her, just to nod their head at every nonsense they say?
also
What
very
am I doing?
concerned.
Look,
We are very grateful for the ongoing efforts. I can't thank our first responders enough. I want to also say that because we
again,
are closely tied, I want to thank the mayor and council member Bravo as well as Kalaza for representing us in the state, because these are times when we come together and we know, and Karen Bass and I know each other for many, many years. And
we don't
we
care.
face many, many difficulties and challenges throughout our tenure. But
Yeah,
we
we had
know
to
that we can
put up
rely
with you
on
guys.
each other. And for me, that is first and foremost. And now I have two other sisters here and her. And look at who is here, including the folks behind us. This is a new normal. And I want people to understand that we're here for you, for safety and protection, for the well-being of the residents, regardless if you're in the city or unincorporated East LA or surrounding areas. Our duty and job is to help you first and foremost. I also want to thank our Parks and Recreation and our Office of OEM, who will be speaking later, because we're now here at City Terrace Park, and we jointly decided we would do this here together, because this is of paramount importance. I also know that there's a lot of concern. We've had boots on the ground, both with the
Guys, do not block any comments. After this show, I'm deleting every mod. Do not fucking block any comments here. I'm tired of asking you guys. Every mod is now unmodded after this show. I'm sick of it. I'm saying this is not Popcorn Planet. Okay, I know a lot of you guys mod for other people, which is great, but I have different rules here. I'm sick of it. Mods are dissolved after this show. Sorry, not sorry. I don't run a Brady Bunch thing here. People want to say something controversial on the chat, they can.
city as well as the county, having folks go out, knocking on doors, talking to people, sharing information, resources, mass. And we know that we'll have two areas, one in the city, in Boyle Heights, Pecan Park, and also here at City Terrace that'll be available as long as needed. So there will be a respite here provided. And I want to thank also the American Red Cross. You have never, ever let us down. And I know that we rely on you, and the community does too. There's a great deal of trust there. I also want to thank the South Coast Air Quality Management District. I understand that they're providing not purifiers, but some testing at different school sites that will help us ascertain the impacts in our surrounding community. And I also want to thank our Department of Public Health, who was also out there investigating, as well as our County Department of Hazardous, our firefighting department that has experts in hazardous material. So we know the biggest deal here is that we got to work together. And again, the safety and protection of our residents. I also want to say that I'm prepared to work with the mayor to speak to the governor, and had made a call into him as well to let him know that we stand together in declaring a state of emergency.
What are you
and
guys
the state
doing,
of
though?
emergency is to bring down resources.
Okay,
So
to
that
bring
we will be
resources.
eligible for reimbursements, because everything here has a cost, including
You're just worried about
the
cost.
talented employees, our fire department, everyone that is having a hand in here will need to find resources to make people whole, including our residents, as well as our businesses that have been impacted by the closure of this fire. So we're going to be prepared to do everything we can. We are here for the remainder of this time around the clock. I will end with that, and next I would like to introduce the council member, Isabel Jurado, who I'm so proud of, and know that she's going to continue to fight for all of us and work in partnership with our offices. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all word salad.
Thank you, Supervisor Solis, and thank you, Mayor Bass, and really thank you, Chief Moore. I can't give you any more
Come in, kind of girl.
accolades, but than already has been given. But the testament to your work and dedication to everything you are accomplishing, and the foresight that you have to stomp this fire out as
We're
soon as
breathing those chemicals.
possible, to make sure our East LA city residents and county residents are safe is so heartening to see. Your leadership and forward movement on this. We are here as a united.
So the only competent male is a white dude here? Is that what they're trying to say? They don't hire men in this. They don't hire men in LA, in the LA council or whatever they call it. There's not one dude that's good to do the job here? Weird.
united front and committed to quick, decisive
Who is
action.
this
And
12-year-old?
that's why the county
Talking it
supervisor
out.
and the mayor are asking the state for resources to make sure that we can prevent this harm to our communities, which they have seen before in other iterations, but that's not going to happen with us. And we're going to continue to fight on all angles to make sure that we put this fire out and protect our communities. Again, we have a Pecan Park Recreation Center, which is a site of respite that the mayor, thanks to her leadership, helped us open last night. Last night, I left to go there.
Kissing ass to the mayor and telling us fires are bad. That's all I'm hearing. Mayor Bass good, fire is bad.
After
That's all I hear.
10 p.m. And there was a woman with a family of 4 who is living on Indiana Street who just saw our press conference and went right away to see what they had available as they were setting up, because she was right by the plumes of smoke and couldn't breathe with her young kids and wanted somewhere to stay. So spaces like this here at City Terrace are so important. Want to thank the Red Cross who was out there last night putting it all together, and all our city county family. We are united for all of you, and we're here to serve you together. So with that, I also
How does this city, the biggest city, probably one of the biggest cities in the United States, let a fire go on for 5 days almost? That's the size of a city block. That's all I want to know.
want to introduce Assembly Member Jessica Caloza, who is our sister in this work, to make sure that we protect all our residents.
Yeah, group hug at the end.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Jurado, Mayor Bass, Supervisor Hilda Solis, Jessica Caloza, Assembly Member for District 52, and want to also echo my thanks to our first responders, to the Red Cross,
Amazing. Great
to
job,
the
everybody.
nonprofits providing
Everybody's
food
so
and
great.
shelter, for the county, the city, for providing quick action to our governor. This is the second year of my first term in office, and this, unfortunately, is not a new sight for many of you. We know that so many of us sprung to action during the Eaton fire when we were doing something very similar, really making sure that we responded to our community. Unfortunately,
Great job.
just a few weeks ago, the same thing happened around the East LA oil spill, and now here we are again. And
What,
so
another fire happened?
in addition to the health and the safety and the concern, the deep concern that my partners here and my sisters here are echoing, I also just want to tell
Partners and sisters, there's no brothers? Partners and sisters. There's no brothers and sisters or sisters and brothers, only sisters. What does that mean? Are you guys running a sexist council or something? I want to thank all my white brothers. Like, what is that, dude?
during the Eaton fire when we were doing
Imagine
something
if they
very
did that.
similar, really making sure that we responded to our community. Unfortunately, just a few weeks ago, the same thing happened around the East LA oil spill, and now here we are again. And so I think for me, in addition to the health and the safety and the concern, the deep concern that my partners here and my sisters here are echoing.
There's no brothers there. So she, in her mind, she knows they don't hire men.
I also just want to tell the community that we see you, we hear you, and we want to do everything we can to provide resources to respond to this crisis, because we know that for too long, communities like East LA, like Boyle Heights, immigrant Latino communities, hardworking, everyday working class people bear the brunt of air pollution, of environmental
Yeah,
hazards.
we're the victims of everything. Everything. Okay, we know, lady, we know we suck. Okay, you guys keep pounding in our head if you're a minority, supposedly everything. We get the most diseases, most obese, Most we work the hardest for the least. Fuck off with that, man. I don't want to be reminded of that shit 24/7, you stupid dumbass. I am so sick of this.
Provide
Everybody's getting affected, man. My neighbor next to me is white and she has asthma. She almost collapsed. There. How's about that one?
resources to respond to this crisis, because we know that for too long communities like East LA, like Boyle Heights, immigrant Latino communities, hardworking, everyday working class people bear the brunt of air pollution, of environmental hazards.
I know we get
all
everything,
these
dude.
things that for some reason keep happening in the same neighborhoods. And
because you have Mayor Bass. Why does it happen in the same neighborhoods? Because the people you just thanked suck at their work. For some reason, it happens in the same community. Get out of here.
Committed working with the county and the city to ensure that the state does everything in our power to ensure that we
bad things keep happening in the same area. I wonder why. And then you just finish thanking the people that are responsible for that area.
continue not just to clean up this mess and what's going on, but to make sure that the community has the information that they need.
Who agrees with me?
I also wanted to also thank the South Coast AQMD, and I did just want to share a phone number for the community, 1-800-288-7664. That's 1-800-288-7664. If you smell something that may not be right, whether that's indoors or outdoors, we ask you to report it to the AQMD so that we can continue to monitor what's going on. And for the shelter that we're at here today, I did also just want to know, because we know that this is incredibly important for a lot of the calls that my team has been fielding, is that pets are also welcome at this site on a leash or in a kennel, and it's open 24/7. And we know how important that is for so many of our residents. And lastly, I will also share that after the Eaton fire, one of the first things that I did was introduce legislation to respond to this crisis. I had introduced legislation that unfortunately did not make it through. One was for direct financial assistance to give up to $10,000 to individuals and small businesses when situations like a crisis like this happen, and that did not make it, unfortunately, as well as working to have our health plans cover air filters, which would be sorely needed in this type of situation. So I'm deeply committed to making sure that we work with our partners to not give up, to continue the fight on the legislative level. And thank you again to everyone for being here. And next, I would like to introduce Chief O'Brien from the Los Angeles County Fire Department.
Thank you, Assembly Member. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank Supervisors for
Bro, no need to thank anybody, man.
Police, Mayor Bass, all our county and city officials, and the community leaders here with us today. I'm Chief Deputy John O'Brien with Los Angeles County Fire Department. While the Los Palos incident is located within the city of Los Angeles and is being expertly managed by our partners at the Los Angeles City Fire Department, the smoke, the environmental concerns, and the human impact do not recognize jurisdictional lines.
Yeah,
that is why the County of Los Angeles has moved to establish the City Terrace Park Shelter, as well as the shelter in Boyle Heights. We are here to wrap our arms around the communities, provide safe, clean, secure environment for everyone affected, especially our residents who are most vulnerable to smoke and poor air quality. I'd like to thank Chief Moore for taking the time this morning to update us and provide a comprehensive operational update on where things stand. However, I do want to be transparent to the public. This work is far from over. Because of the massive scale of this cold storage facility, deep pockets of smoldering fire remain buried under structural debris and solar panels.
Crazy. The fire is crazy.
Our city firefighting brothers and sisters are executing a meticulous, deeply challenging operation to bring the fire under control. Because of this, incident operations will continue into the foreseeable future. You will continue to see emergency vehicles, and depending on changing wind conditions, you may see periodic increases in visible smoke or smell localized odors. Your safety remains our absolute North Star. To ensure the air you breathe is safe, comprehensive, real-time air monitoring is in place. We are working hand in hand with our partners at the South Coast Air Quality Management District, the County Department of Public Health, and our own Health Hazardous Materials Division. AQMD has specialized mobile monitors deployed throughout our communities, continuously tracking particulate matter and mitigating smoke conditions. As we gather this data, we are evaluating it around the clock. Updates to provide actions to the community, such as additional advisories and warnings, will be made immediately as warranted. We will not hesitate to adjust our posture should conditions warrant. In the meantime, we know the smoke is very real burden.
It's bad.
Even without a shelter-in-place order, the air quality can be tough on children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions such as asthma. That is exactly why we are standing here today at the City Terrace Park Shelter. This facility is fully equipped, clean air sanctuary. If you are sensitive to the smoke, or you simply need a safe place to rest while firefighting operations continue, these doors are open to you. I want to thank Supervisor Solis, Mayor Bass for their leadership, mobilizing county and city resources. I want to thank the community
Again with
for
the
your
thank
incredible
you.
patience
Everybody's great.
and resilience.
There's still
We
fire
are
4
here
days
with you
after.
Today, we will be here tomorrow, and we will stand right beside you through this incident. Thank you, and I'd now like to introduce Director of OEM, Kevin McGowan.
Thank you, Chief O'Brien. First, I want to acknowledge and thank and provide appreciation to our elected leaders. The county's emergency organization has been engaged with this since the beginning. The primary reason for our county emergency organization is this very type of incident. It mobilizes all of our different resources to come to bear to support our community and to affect coordination amongst all of our response departments. I want to provide some people with some opportunities to take action. One, go to alertla.org. Again, you can visit alertla.org to sign up for emergency notifications. It's our most important tool to provide life-saving information to community members. We've extensively used our emergency notification system in issuing advisory messages throughout the most impacted areas. So again, please visit alertla.org to sign up for emergency notifications. Also, if you have need information regarding emergency shelters or other support, you can visit alertla.org. So it's our central hub for communication. Additionally, you can call 211. This will provide you shelter information and potential transportation options if you need assistance to get to the shelter. And with that, I want to hand it over to Dr. Davis from our County Department of Public Health. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, and good morning to everyone. So I'm Dr. Muncie Davis with the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health. And I want to say at the moment, our main public health concern right now is really around the smoke and
Yeah, the smoke's bad.
the fine particles from the fire that are affecting the air quality. And so these things
For 4 days already.
may cause, temporary irritation of the ear, nose, and throat, and lungs as well.
And then what else?
And exacerbate existing heart and lung conditions. So people really just need to pay attention to how they feel, especially if they have underlying health conditions, and watching children as well, who may not always recognize that something is bothering them. Now, we do know, as has been mentioned, that some people are going to be more sensitive to poor air quality. Again, that includes children, older adults, and those with existing heart and lung conditions. And people should really follow the air quality advisories in terms of what to do when
They
the
can't
particular
handle
matter is
a
at the level that it is
fire.
right
It's going to
now.
go on forever.
And those come from South Coast AQMD, and it may come from other responding agencies as well, depending on what they're seeing on the ground. And so if you're in an area that is under an advisory, or you see smoke or smell smoke, or you see a lot of ash around you, take steps to limit your exposure. And that could include spending more time indoors with cleaner air, like at the shelter or in your own home, closing your windows and doors to keep that poor air quality out. And if you have a HVAC system or heating and ventilation system, turn it so that it recirculates the indoor air and is not pulling outdoor air in as well.
Yeah,
And
and
if
then
you
we
have
burn
an air
up
purifier,
inside,
it's an
stuck
option
in the
that may
house.
be helpful as well.
Dude, how about turn
And,
off the fire already?
Also,
4 days.
make sure that you're reducing strenuous outdoor activity when the air quality is bad as well. That'll just put you more at risk of being exposed, and especially if ash and smoke are present as well. Now, so for people who spend extended time outdoors, in areas under an air quality advisory or with heavy smoke or ash conditions. Wearing a well-fitting N95 or P100 mask can help reduce exposure. Now, just because you have a mask doesn't mean we want you to spend time outdoors. It just means that you have to be outdoors. That is something you can do to limit your exposure to what's in the air. And we do want to remind people, anyone who's experiencing severe or worsening symptoms, including difficulty breathing, chest pain, or significant breathing distress, should seek medical attention. And if it feels like it's life-threatening, call 911. But really do pay attention to how you feel wherever you are. And as mentioned, responding agencies will continue to monitor this, and will update and provide additional guidance as the conditions evolve. Thank you. And I will turn it over to Jacqueline
Welcome in,
and Danielle Pineda from the American Red Cross.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie Kleitz, Regional CEO, Los Angeles Region of the American Red Cross. Last night, in response and in collaboration with our community partners, as you've heard today, we opened 2 shelters at the Pecan Recreation Center and here at City Terrace Park. A few things to keep in mind as you come. If you're all are welcome at the American Red Cross. When you join us at our shelters, you'll be greeted with trained Red Cross volunteers and staff to provide a safe and supportive and comfortable environment. In our shelters, we can provide daily meals and snacks, disaster health services, emotional support, and of course, a welcoming community ready to give you help. Again, as I shared earlier, everyone is welcome. If you're impacted by the fires or the smoke, you don't have to stay here, but you can come and share in the resources. All assistance is free, so please feel free to join us at any time today. If you are coming, a couple of things to keep in mind. If you have children, it's important to bring special items like food, formula, diapers. Some of that is here, but you may have specific things for your children that you want to bring. Same for your pets. It was mentioned earlier, leashes, if there's medications, things like that. Prescription medications, if you have them, it's always better to bring them with you just in case you need them. And of course, if you have comfort items that you think you want to bring with you, pillows, towels, blankets, please.
And the middle-class taxpayer could pay for all this, okay? Us, we're fucked.
Feel free to bring those as well. We want this to be a comfortable environment for you. To learn more, you can always call 1-800-RED-CROSS, and you can also follow us on our social media at Red Cross LA. And now I'll have Diana share the same remarks in Spanish.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Diana Pineda. Soy directora ejecutiva y portavoz para la región de Los Ángeles. Hoy estamos aquí para Red Cross LA, REDCROSSLA, o llamen 1-800-733-2767 y por favor sepan que todos están
Declarando una emergencia local de información 81.
Muchas cosas que están haciendo ahorita en los parques para ver los juegos. Unfortunately, this is a 500.
This food, but it's very hard to see in there. Is that food is it still savable or has it been?
No. So the food's not savable, unfortunately. So the question is, we're trying to get the food out, and is it salvageable? Unfortunately, this is a 500,000 square foot building. It's a giant refrigerator. We've been able to keep the fire confined to about half of it. The food on the other half has already been spoiled. We've shut down the refrigerant. We've shut down any type
about the food,
way of
man.
keeping it cold. So the
We
food's
want
already
the air
spoiled.
quality
What we're dealing with now
better,
is
'cause that's
85 million
affecting
pounds
millions
of
of
food that's
people.
about to go bad and to spoil. So if you can only imagine the food in your refrigerator at your home spoiling and rotting, what that's going to do for our community. So that's why we're declaring this a state of emergency. We have a big problem on our hand because we can't just go in there and start pulling it out. The smoke levels, even though it's not on fire, are all the way down to the ground. Our firefighters are dealing with zero visibility right now. It's not a matter of heat. We're monitoring the heat. As Mayor Bass says, we're using everything we can from a technological standpoint, from thermal imaging to drones that are monitoring the air around the environment, monitoring the conditions inside. We're watching every aspect of this fire to make sure we're keeping it confined to those 4 giant walls where this fire is. So if you can only imagine turning off your refrigerator and having no power and letting that food rot, and then having the door open up, what you're going to be dealing with. it's a biohazard emergency. And that's why we've called out to the state. We're asking for this incident is going to require the assistance of the state of California, the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles in order to mitigate this emergency. And we're doing everything we can to protect the people, not only from the particle aspect, but also from the odors itself, because it can be really, really bad.
Chief, you know what? Is it all types of foods? Is it beef, chicken?
So initially we were told the majority of it was breads. And so we thought, well, that's a wheat product. It's not going to be of concern. But unfortunately, it's not. It's animal byproducts. So there's pork, there's beef, there's fish, all of that in there. And so it's going to be initially starting a very, very putrid smell. And so that's what we're trying to deal with, and the off-gassing that's going to create. So we're really, really trying to protect the community before this becomes just, and we're working with sanitation. This is taking all of our city partners to work together and our county partners to support us. And it's gotten us to the degree where we actually have reached out to the state. I've been on the phone this morning with Office of Emergency Services. Mayor Bass has been talking to the governor's office. We're reaching out to all of our partners to get their assistance, not just from a manpower standpoint, because we're going to need staffing. Our firefighters, not only are they managing the normal call load that we manage in the city of Los Angeles, but keep in mind, we have a lot of events happening in the city of Los Angeles and the county related to FIFA. I mean, it couldn't have been a more challenging time to have something like this happen.
Bass.
But we're managing it.
Look at the
We're
response.
going to need staffing.
Look at
Our
Bass.
firefighters, not only are they
Look at
managing the normal call load that we manage in the city of Los Angeles, but keep in mind, we have a lot of events happening in the city of Los Angeles and the county related to FIFA.
Look at that. You can't make up that shit.
It couldn't have been a more challenging time to have something like this happen, but we're managing it. Our firefighters are very, very exhausted, and we're trying to roll them through. And that's why I'm asking for outside assistance to be able to come in and help us manage this incident.
Is there concern with all the water that's being dropped on that, where that water is going?
So not only are we monitoring the air, we're monitoring the water runoff as well. And we haven't had any readings in the air that are of concern. Otherwise, we obviously would be taking action, as well as the water runoff. We've already discussed having vacuum trucks to be able to vacuum up that water runoff that's coming off. But there's nothing in the water right now that is of any concern. It's just simply water that's being used to cool it. The food hasn't rotted just yet, so we're not getting rotting beef or meat into the water. So that's not a concern at this time.
You mentioned ammonia
Yes. So if you remember when this fire started, we initially did a shelter in place, and we did an immediate evacuation with the assistance of the Los Angeles Police Department and our emergency management department on the street alongside where the building was on fire. And we evacuated that area because of the amount of ammonia, because we had high pressure ammonia that was being expelled out onto the air. Our firefighters immediately went from an offensive to a defensive operation. Everybody was fully suited up. And that's why we don't have anybody who's been injured, because of those swift actions of evacuation, shelter in place, use of the wireless and emergency alerting system, all the various apps. They really, really worked well in keeping people safe. We were able to mitigate the ammonia emergencies. We were able to shut down the valves, keep all the ammonia confined to the tanks, and then we were able to offload those tanks and move the ammonia off-site. So those gases and chemicals that we were initially concerned about, which was going to potentially be a hazardous materials incident, have been removed. So we've been very, very careful in everything that's there. So now really we've removed all those hazards, but what we're dealing with is the product that's inside that's going to be spoiling. So lithium batteries are still a concern for us. They still are, but we have them inside the building. They're not off-gassing. There's no thermal runaway. We're keeping everything cool. Our firefighters were very strategic. When the fire was first starting, they were able to get in there, get the forklifts, which are operated off those lithium-ion batteries.
This was a day ago. It got worse
Get
today.
those forklifts out. So a lot of the lithium-ion battery concerns have already been mitigated, but we do still have some lithium-ion batteries in there, and there is still some battery storage that's in there, but we've kept the fire away from them, and that's not a concern just yet. That's another reason why, as I mentioned earlier when I did my initial reports, why didn't we just let the building burn down? because we have lithium ion batteries in there. We don't want to create a bigger hazard than they already have.
Lisa Boo, thanks for that PayPal donation, Lisa Boo. Thank you so much.
So that's why.
Thank you, Lisa.
When you
Hearts
look at
for you,
who's
please.
behind us, we have public health concerns. We have AQMD concerns. Those are all the things that we're assessing right now. What is actually going to be off-gassing, and is it dangerous to the community? As of right now, we don't believe it is, but we don't even want to get to that point. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to get the
man? I
product
can't
out,
breathe. I have a
either get
headache.
it to a sanitation dump site or be able to incinerate it.
And just okay.
Thanks for the
Can I just say,
super
I just want to, thank Supervisor Solis for calling this press conference.
Thank
And then
you,
I just
Matthew,
want to
for
say
being a
is
member
stay
64
tuned
months.
because we might need to have additional press
Thank you,
conferences
Linda.
throughout the day. And then just concluding,
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Matthew.
can I just say, I just
We have public health concerns. We have AQMD concerns. Those are all the things that we're assessing right now. What is actually going to be off-gassing?
All the proceeds go to Father's Day dinner, okay? Thank
And
you.
is it dangerous to the community? As of right now, we don't believe it is, but we don't even want to get to that point. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to get the product out and either get it to a sanitation dump site or be able to incinerate it.
And just okay.
Can I just say, I just want to, thank Supervisor Solis for calling this press conference. And then I just want to say is stay tuned because we might need to have additional press conferences throughout the day. And then just concluding, our number one concern is the health and safety of the people in this community. And that is going to be our North Star that guides all of the decisions that are made here. And I want to thank our chief for his leadership and his.
And Rasmussen, thanks for those memberships. 5 memberships for Father's Day dinner. Thank you so much. Please give hearts to Ann Rasmussen. We really appreciate you.
Expertise in handling this situation.
Chief, before you go, winds are supposedly supposed to pick up this afternoon. Is that a good thing, a bad thing, or as far as smoke or?
Yeah, well, the thing is this, and I can't emphasize it enough.
What?
If you're sensitive to smoke, if you
I
have
think I
health
am.
concerns where particles of smoke can exacerbate a condition you already have, please stay indoors. If you have to be outside and you're sensitive to smoke, wear an N95 mask. Take the precautions necessary. If for some reason you have symptoms that you feel that your COPD, your asthma or whatever is starting to act up, go see your primary health care provider.
Bro, seriously?
Get yourself to an urgent care. Get
yourself to an urgent care, pay $500, wait 10 hours. Seriously, man? These people are clowns, dude. These people are clowns. You think people are going to be able to afford that shit? He could afford it because he's on taxpayer money. $8 gas here, a lot of it is gas tax. We have to eat it, dude. Go to the emergency, $500-600. Okay, cool, dude.
enough. If you're sensitive to smoke, if you have health concerns where particles of smoke can exacerbate a condition you already have, please stay indoors. If you have to be outside and you're sensitive to smoke, wear an N95 mask. Take the precautions necessary. If for some reason you have symptoms that you feel that your
Take the precautions necessary.
COPD, your asthma or whatever is starting to act up, go see your primary health care provider. Get yourself to an urgent care. Get yourself to an emergency room if you feel it's an emergency.
Yeah, it's packed there. You'll be there 24 hours.
The
On the
wind
weekend.
will actually help us because it'll clear out some of that smoke, but we've got everything confined to that one area. If you woke up this morning and you look towards the Boyle Heights, East LA area, you saw a large white plume of smoke. It's actually lofting off into the air. There's nothing in that air. We're monitoring it. We have drones.
There's nothing
in
in
the
that
air.
air
We're
that's
monitoring
bad.
everything.
Okay, dude. Look at this. Dodger Stadium. Who wants to inhale this? Dodger Stadium today. This isn't bad. Don't worry, guys. This isn't bad. Exactly, Wendy. They're not being proactive. So I get some footage. Look at this. From what I heard, it's all solar powered shit. Look at this. This isn't bad, guys. Nothing to look at here. Move along. By the way, I'm sorry I'm in a bad mood, folks. I wanted to have a better Father's Day, not feeling like, like I'm going to pass out. I couldn't sleep last night. I appreciate you all being here. If I ever snap, it's because of this kind of shit. 4 days. Tomorrow it's going to be worse. Sorry, guys. I know I forgot. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. That's crazy. Look at that. Thank you, Lisa Boo. It's a nightmare. Thank you, Mark. And then it's going to be a scorcher next week, starting tomorrow. It's going to get hot here. So we have to open the door.
Wednesday afternoon at a cold storage. California Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency as crews continue to battle flare-ups from a fire that started days ago. Officials say the massive fire ignited Wednesday afternoon at a cold storage warehouse in Los Angeles, sending plumes of black smoke in the air visible for miles. Fire officials are describing the fire as very complex and hazardous for firefighters. No injuries have been reported, and investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. California.
Look at this. Look at this.
Can you believe that guy got behind me while I was filming and started talking on the phone? Yeah. I need to wait one more.
I wouldn't have been near this shit.
Anywhere in central LA right now, you are inhaling a toxic corporate disaster.
Yep.
I'm back on the ground in Boyle Heights.
Support this guy. I wouldn't be there, man. Right Now News. Support this kid, man. And people say YouTubers aren't real journalists. He's doing great. He's putting his health in danger, man.
Anywhere in central LA right now, if you are breathing the air anywhere in central LA right now, you are inhaling a toxic corporate disaster. I'm back on the ground in Boyle Heights. Fire crews have transitioned to a completely defensive strategy, but the real crisis right now isn't the flames. It's the massive smoke plume blanketing the entire region. Because this structure was packed with layers of...
Hey, news organizations, hire this guy. Hire this guy.
And specialized industrial insulation. It isn't burning clean. It's a subterranean oxygen-starved smolder that creates a heavy chemical-laden smoke that resists rising into the upper atmosphere. Instead, it's hugging the terrain, rolling directly off the facility property and settling right into the surrounding streets. Air monitors just registered fine particle pollution at very unhealthy levels, stretching from central LA deep into the San Gabriel Valley.
Hire this guy, Mayor Bass.
Think about the physical reality for the people living here. Millions of residents are being told to lock their windows and shut off their AC units in the summer heat. It exposes a massive environmental disparity. A major commercial facility suffers a structural failure, and the immediate burden shifts onto working class neighbors to absorb the physical fallout drifting across their front yards. They want you to look away and pretend the situation is under control, but the air tells a completely different story.
Facts. This guy's exposing them. Why would they allow a building that has these chemicals in a neighborhood? Put it in the fucking desert, man. Press 1 if you agree. Put this shit in the desert. Why would you put this in a residential area?
Good morning, everybody. I am Chief Moore.
No
Fire
more of you, dude. No more. What else do they have in downtown that could do this? Is this real?
When she was left, you're kind of...
These people going to Dodger Stadium. Look at, oh, okay, that's New York. Why do people have to go to the game under this condition? I think people are so obsessed with sports, man. So obsessed with sports. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that. Coffee funds. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna have to have a allergy pill. Actually, folks, air purifier funds. Okay, everything today goes to air purifier. I need an air purifier because I feel like shit. Okay, so mods, if you share that PayPal link, it's gonna go to an air purifier. Or if you send in a super chat, it's gonna go to air purifier. I'm dying. I'm literally dying. And my son has worse asthma than I do. Aussie Queen, thank you. Hearts for you. Thank you so much, man. Again, I'm sorry I'm in a bad mood. I just can't breathe, man. Love to the papas. Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Hearts for you. Oh, look at that. That's huge. So generous of you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Look at this. That's one block and it's covering all LA almost. It's affecting all LA. Remember I covered the Palisade fire, man? I think I'm actually sick from those days. I really do. Is anyone here from LA? You guys remember that? Who was here for the Palisade fires? Look at this, folks. So bad. Lisa Boo, once again, thank you for that PayPal. Wait, what? Is there a new press conference? Oh, God. Let me see if there's a new press conference. Sorry, I'm searching for a new press conference. No. Oh, yeah. There's something new with the mayor. Are you guys ready to watch some more Mayor Bass? Here we go. Update. Update. Mayor Bass speaks. Oh, where did it go? Yeah, dude. Come on.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Let me know if the audio is good there. We got a new updated press conference. Or Mayor Lisa Boo, is Mayor Bass popular in Canada? All right, let's see what she has to say. Look, I'm rooting for her because I live here, man. I live here. I live here. You get it?
And let me just say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's
Happy
Day
Father's
to
Day.
all
Okay.
of the
I'm
fathers
stuck
that
at
are
home.
here,
Okay.
and especially all the fathers that are in the neighborhood. I started off this morning door knocking and speaking to fathers and families in the Estrada Courts, a housing development. And I just want to acknowledge that 1 year ago today, I was also there talking to residents who were still reeling from immigration.
You weren't in Cuba kissing ass to communists and an oppressive government there? I thought you were in Cuba. Oh, was that another? You were visiting another country? That, yeah, okay.
Immigration raids that had just happened a couple of days beforehand. And I know that even today, many
She's
of those
talking about
fathers
immigration raids, bro. This has
out of
nothing to
court.
do with that. Did she just say immigration raids? Again, using Hispanics as pawns so they vote for you? Get out of here. You suck.
A housing development. And I just want to acknowledge that 1 year ago today, I was also there talking to residents who were still reeling from immigration raids that had just happened.
Yeah, because all residents that are brown were being rounded up. Dude, this has nothing to do with that, man.
A couple of days beforehand. And I know that even today, many of those fathers are missing. They're still.
Okay, there's a big fire going on, folks. Listen to what I'm saying, man. Listen to what I'm saying. There's a big fire going on. It involves everybody in like not only LA, but a wide area. And she's making this about immigration and ICE. Is that weird or am I out of hand here? It's almost like I suck at putting out today's fire. I fucked up again, but you Latinos, please vote for me because I'm with you. I'm with the raza. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is infuriating, dude.
Talking to residents who were still reeling from immigration raids that had just happened a couple of days beforehand. And I know that even.
By the way, Emily, thank you very much for that donation via PayPal. Emily's always supporting. This is going to go to an air purifier because the air quality here is awful. It's awful in my house. I got my mom here. She's sick. She could barely breathe. I could barely breathe. I'm not in a good mood. You guys are helping me through it. I woke up sick. It's been 4 days. I need an air purifier. I have asthma personally. I never talk about it. So Emily, thank you. Hearts for you for that. Okay.
A housing development. And I just want to acknowledge that 1 year ago today, I was also there talking to residents who were still reeling from immigration raids that had just happened a couple of days beforehand.
She's got that
and I know
bouncy
that
thing
even
too.
today, many of those fathers are missing. They're still not back. We don't know where they are. And the families are still terrified in the area because we know the raids have continued. And we also know that the area is challenged because there's a lot of families of mixed status, people with documents and people without. And here we are today dealing with another crisis in the same neighborhood. And my message to everybody.
It's all neighborhoods, dude. It's Asian neighborhoods. It's white neighborhoods. All people of color. White people, people of the color white, people of the color black, people of the color brown, people of the color whatever. Okay? People of color. And everyone has color. I've been avoiding this shit, talking politics on this channel. Is this even political? We all have the right to breathe air. You are singling out a small niche. Everyone is suffering here. Brown people that don't live in that community. Asian people that don't live in that community. Stop playing freaking culture war bullshit. But it's okay. She'll get elected. No matter what she does, she'll get elected again. I don't know, man.
We don't know where they are, and the families are still terrified in the area because we know the raids have continued, and we also know that the area is challenged because there's a lot of families of mixed status, people with documents and people without. And here we are today dealing with another crisis in the same neighborhood. And my message to everybody,
I am way away from that neighborhood, and I am coughing up blood practically, guys. But fuck me, right? The hell with me.
in the neighborhood is that we will show up every day, we will be there for them, and we will meet their needs. And we will go into detail about
This smoke is traveling miles and miles and miles and miles.
that just now. We are leading an all hands approach, which means every aspect of government is operating on the same page. Yesterday, I declared a state of emergency, been in communication with the governor and his office. He declared a state of emergency, which allowed us to get resources from the region and also to make sure that our fire department had no financial constraints and is able to meet the needs here. Two individuals that are not with us today, but who are very much a part of this, is Supervisor Hilda Solis and Congress Member Jimmy Gomez. So from the start, Chief Moore and I assured, and the councilwoman assured, every possible resource will be used to put out this fire. As we put everything up against the fire, we are also tackling the community needs with a comprehensive approach. That is air purifiers, masks, smoke release centers, and more.
I didn't get an air purifier for free from her. Well, it's not for free. It's on the backs of taxpayers. Did I get an air purifier? No. Thank God for this community that's helping me get one.
Know that Angelinos are all across the city are concerned as they see and smell the smoke. And of course, that's especially.
See where she's. I'm sorry, I'm pausing this because this is. Notice in the beginning, she isolated one little area of LA, and now she's saying everybody in LA is being affected.
It's with a comprehensive approach. That is air purifiers, masks, smoke release centers, and more. I know that Angelinos are all across the city are concerned as they see.
But you're only concerned about one area.
And of course, that's especially acute here on the east side. I want to say to people that if you have compromised health conditions, respiratory or age or whatever, we would suggest that you stay at home as much as you can in this area, or you wear a mask or an air purifier. And I know that the councilwoman will go into details in terms of where you can get supplies. The city continues to distribute those resources. And again, I want to thank all of the organizations, and we'll hear from Philanthropy in a minute, Miguel Santana and the California Community Foundation, which always stands at the ready whenever there is a crisis in our city. And I want to thank Lineage Company, whose products the chief will talk about in a minute are undergoing the situation now and might need to be removed from the factory, as they have kicked in $2 million in a community fund. Because what we want to register is this community has been hit repeatedly. This community does not have access to traditional resources, and we want to make sure that we raise the funds so that
always victimizing Hispanic areas for her votes.
Undergoing the situation now and might need to be removed from the
We get it, man.
as they have kicked in $2 million in a community fund. Because what we want to register is this community has been hit repeatedly. This community does not have access to traditional resources, and we want to make sure that we raise the funds so that we can address the needs in this community. And that will be our primary focus of this press conference today. But before that, of course, we need to hear from Chief Moore. And again, as I say every time he is with us and speaks, his new leadership, his aggressive leadership, his thoughtful leadership, and innovative ways of fighting this
Thank you,
fire.
Heather.
When this
Whatever.
is
Thanks for your
over, I
support.
want him to go
Always,
into
Heather. Whatever.
detail because he
And everyone
used
here.
and has been using extraordinary measures. And so with that, Chief Jaime Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jaime Moore. I'm the fire chief for the City of Los Angeles Fire Department. And I really got some great news for everybody. We've made some incredible headway since our last press.
Is this Jaime Moore or James Moore? Trying to pass as Hispanic.
Conference and update to everybody. That was yesterday afternoon. Our firefighters have been working around the clock. This is day 6 of this incident. And you'll remember that I mentioned prior, the last time that anyone in this country has ever had one was in Washington, where they had a fire similar to this that burned for 60 days. So we're in day 6, and I can tell you this, the firefighting effort.
Dude, it is day 6 and the fire is still going. I thought it was 4. It is day 6 right now. You can't make this shit up. He just said it's day 6.
Changed a few of the tactics. We brought in some, as I mentioned yesterday, some water dropping helicopters that were larger, 3,000 gallons. They were dropping a retardant on it. We did those flights, and then we started to go back to our traditional methods, and that was the use of our ladder pipes. Our ladder pipes flow anywhere between 1,500 gallons of water to 2,000 gallons of water on the surface. But what we did change was this. We split this building in half, and we've been concentrating on saving what we call Cooler 1. Again, this building is 1,000 feet by 500 feet. And Cooler 1 has not had any fire impinge in it, so it hasn't been fully involved. So we've been able to keep that cool and isolated. Now, Cooler 2, where the main fire was, we have now gone in with excavators, and our heavy equipment operators have been able to tear off the walls. And we brought with us a piece of the wall so you could see exactly why this was so well insulated. You'll see that we have corrugated steel on the outside, we have corrugated steel on the inside, and inside is the foam. Now, on the walls, this is not.
Folks, we have something big. Stick around. Spencer Pratt. His tweet is big. Spencer Pratt. Oh my God. Stick around for that.
What was burning.
You want to hear what
he
he said?
The contents inside. So we've been able to tear off the walls using an excavator. And now what we have is a free burning fire with Class A combustibles, ordinary combustibles inside, which would be just your regular byproducts. So that's why you're seeing a lot of smoke that's still being generated. But what it's allowed us to do by removing the walls, it's allowed us to bring in water cannons. And so with the support of the building owner and the building occupant, as the mayor mentioned, they've been extremely supportive of our operations, and they've requested water cannons from as far away as Texas that are coming in today. We've got our regional partners because of the state of emergency that Mayor Bass and County Supervisor Solis put out yesterday. Their request made it all the way to the governor's office. The governor approved that state of emergency, which
This is a
freed up
warehouse
resources
fire.
for me to be able to
6
request
days.
additional assistance from the region. So now we have all these other resources that are coming to assist us. They'll be arriving tomorrow morning, allowing our firefighters to get a little bit of a break, but they're also bringing other types of equipment that we can utilize. So now what we're using is water cannons to cool off the area where Cooler 1 is, to keep it cordoned off. We're allowing Cooler 2 to burn off a little more. Then we're going to be able to extinguish this fire. That's what we're doing later this evening and into tomorrow. So I would anticipate this smoke for about 2 more days, possibly 3. But now we're going to extinguish the fire, and we're going to do that aggressively. We're going to go in there, we're going to put this fire out, and then we're going to be able to mitigate all the other hazards that are around the area and turn it back over to the building owner and occupant so that they can actually deal with the product that's left behind. Cooler 2, we've been able to keep it at about 45 degrees so the bio concerns aren't there. It is spoiling, but it's not spoiling at the levels that we were afraid of. So they'll be able to offload that. When you look at, we keep in mind we had 85 million tons of product between both buildings. So you have about 40 some odd million tons in each of the buildings. We have estimated that it'll take 1,700 semis to pull all that product out. So that's what the building owner is now going to have upon their task to be able to remove that, work with a private contractor, and get it to be a dump site so it can be dumped appropriately. And they're already working with sanitation. I want to thank the DWP who came in and de-energized all the electrical panels. So all of our firefighters are working in much safer conditions. And again, I'm very happy to report that we have 0 injuries to anybody in the public and 0 injuries
but
to any of our
man,
firefighters.
that toxin is going to be long term. It's going to hurt people long term.
We're going to continue to be working this fire throughout the clock. I'm hoping by the end of this week, we'll have this thing completely done and turned over to the building owner and building occupant. In regards to the state of emergency, what that did was it freed up.
Folks, I did a super chat goal right now for air filter funds. We need 5 super chats, and I will put in the rest of the money to buy an air filter. It won't cover it completely, but it'll get me within range that I can afford an air filter, and I'll get one, and I'll show you guys on the next feed if we could do it. There's a super chat goal of 5 super chats. If we get that, then I'll get it today. I can really use it. If not, I understand, but please hit the like and keep watching.
Funds so that we could bring in resources from the region. So we are asking for 12 additional fire engines, 6 additional trucks to help support our firefighters in their efforts as we continue this operation. And that's all I have. I'll be happy to give you a report in Spanish when we're all said and done.
No.
Not yet.
We'll open it up.
I'm now going to turn
Look
it
at
over
how
to
mad she got.
Councilwoman Isabel Jurado.
Look at how mad she got.
To help support our firefighters in their efforts as we continue
Okay,
this operation.
Ozzy, thank you.
That's all I have. I'll be happy to give you a report in Spanish when we're all said and done.
No.
Not yet.
We'll open it up.
I'm now going to turn it over to Councilwoman.
Like a kid. No. Air filter funds. Ozzy starts it off. Thank you, Ozzy.
Isabel Jurado from the 14th district, so she can give you an
Ozzy
update
Queen, hearts for you.
on how this is impacting her council district. Excuse me.
Thank you, Fire Chief Moore. I want to thank LAFD, the Mayor's Office, county partners, emergency responders, community organizations, local businesses, volunteers, and every neighbor who has stepped up for Boyle Heights. This community has been living in smoke, uncertainty, and real concern for days. Families want to
Shelly,
know what
thank
is in
you.
the
Air
air,
Purifier
how to
Fund. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly stepping up as well. Thank you so much. We're almost there, folks. Thank you. Hearts for Shelly. Thank you. Air Purifier Funds. We're almost there, folks. Thank you.
protect themselves and what happens next. My message today is simple. Boyle Heights did not create this crisis, and Boyle Heights should not be left to carry the burden of cleaning it up on their own.
I agree.
Right now, my office is focused on 3 priorities: protecting residents, getting supplies into the community, and making sure the property owner is held accountable for a safe and respectful cleanup. So far, with the help of local partners, all that you see that is here, we have helped distribute more than 350 air purifiers and 18,000 masks to impacted residents. That is.
And thank you, because even though we're not in I'm not in Boyle Heights, I'm going to tell you right now, the air quality here is freaking awful, man. I'm actually dizzy. Emily, thank you so much for that generous donation. We're almost there for our goal for an air purifier. Emily, thank you. Hearts for you. Much love. Get your purifier. Thank you, Lisa Boo from Canada. Thank you. Thank you so much for that support, folks.
Real support, but that need is not over. We still need more air purifiers, more masks, and especially replacement air filters. Air purifiers.
Once again, there's a fire burning in a very toxic warehouse, okay? For 6 days, folks. For 6 days. And I'm far away from this area, and I smell it. And my eyes are killing me. And I've been coughing. My asthma is kicking up. My asthma is kicking up. Wendy, thank you so much for those the donation. Wendy, thank you for that PayPal donation for the air purifier. Thank you so much for that. You know, I'll make a video after because I think I'm like once a little almost there. I'm gonna make a video thanking you all for helping me purchase this. And I will show you the air purifier so you know where it went to, okay? I'm gonna order one. And I'll thank you guys and gals, everybody that shows up.
If families can continue replacing their filters, and homes and apartments and businesses in the advisory zones will need them in the days and weeks ahead. Companies, foundations, nonprofits, and community partners who want to
My real question is, why can't you turn off this fire, man? Like, seriously. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me. And contributes as well. Thank you for the air purifier funds. Guess where I kept my dad's joke? In a database. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. And by the way, Anne already even donated earlier for members. So that's awesome. Please give some hearts to Anne. And again, I'm sorry, man. I feel slow today. I have a migraine headache right now because for some weird reason, there's a fire that has been on for 6 days. And the air quality is freaking awful. And I canceled my Father's Day stuff. I'm going to stay at home. And and you guys are helping me get a air purifier. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry I was moody earlier, but this shit is too much. And then the bullshit, the politicians, man. I'm sorry, man. Now, listen, you may think I'm always going against these guys over here, and they happen to be Democrats. The Republicans are stupid too, man. Okay, it just happens that I live in an area where it's mostly Democrats, and they're doing stupid shit. And there's some good ones, okay, but we don't vote for them. We certainly don't vote for them. Just like there's good Republicans, we don't vote for them. So listen, if this place was full of Republicans or conservatives or whatever you want to call them, libertarians, whatever, man. And if this place was full of them, and they would be fucking up, I would be here telling you they're fucking up, okay? I'm just telling you right now. So please don't think, I've learned a lot of things, man. And I'm telling you, these people are full of shit. Okay? We're living and we can't accept their lies. They're fucking lying. Like blatantly lying through the teeth. Like, for example, Mayor Bass. If you think of used car salesperson, Mayor Bass's picture's there. Like, if I tell AI to make me a used car salesman, con artist photo, I think they draw Mayor Bass or Governor Newsom. Both of them. Politicians are BS, man. All politicians have their own asses covered. Yeah. They're lying to the people. Yes. It's toxic. Please, folks, Dale, thank you for this, man. I don't even know if I articulated this correctly, but you got it. They're lying. This is toxic. Stay away from it. Dale, thank you. Hearts for Dale. The human body tells you when something is bad. And the fact that I'm feeling like shit right now with a headache and the smell's weird, that's my instincts, my human instincts telling me that something is wrong. And then these people are turning around and saying everything is fine. We just heard it right now.
Air purifiers, replacement filters, masks, and other support.
Everything is
Contact
great.
our office at councilmember.jurado@lacity.org. If you're a constituent looking for temporary housing placement, call 211. If you need city services, call 311. As we move into cleanup and recovery, the property owner must be held responsible. This cleanup must be done safely, transparently, and
Wait,
with
what?
services, call 311. As we move into cleanup and recovery, the property owner must be held responsible. This cleanup must be done safely, transparently, and with respect for the neighborhood. And the residents need to know what is being removed and how it will be handled and what protections are in place and how their health will be protected. This cannot be a cleanup that creates more harm, more smoke, or more confusion in Boa Heights. And right now, we're here united to reduce the amount of confusion from others who may use this as a political opportunity for themselves. But here, we're here to provide city services.
Did you guys hear what she just said?
The amount of confusion from others who may use this as a political opportunity for themselves. But here,
Mayor Bass just used it as a political opportunity for themselves 11 minutes ago. Hit 1 if you agree. She just said that people may use this for political gain. Mayor Bass did this 11 minutes ago by somehow equating this fire with ice. It has nothing to do with it. And she did it in the other press conference. Now, is this lady a bad person? Like, so far her speech was awesome, right? But now she's coming off as bullshit to me.
here to provide city services to address an emergency with urgency. And we'll keep pushing for clear information, continued air monitoring, relief locations that remain as open as long as they can, like the one behind us at Pecan. And to the people of Boyle Heights, we are here for you. My team and I will keep showing up, keep pushing for resources, and keep demanding accountability. And I really want to thank our partners, especially the mayor, the fire chief, Senator Durazo, and Assemblymember Gonzalez, and the county for really putting in the effort to make sure that our communities are safe and clean and protected right now. And with that, I'd like to introduce State Senator Maria Elena Durazo.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. Several of us, as been mentioned, reached out as soon as possible to the governor's office. And it was a combination of from the mayor to our legislators, assembly members. We really expected and asked for the resources that are needed. Because of the emergency declaration, the funding will go to firefighting, public health services, disaster recovery. It means 5.5 million N95 masks available for distribution, commercial grade A purifiers, deployable to community spaces, bottled water, emergency supplies. The councilwoman has had an extraordinary team working out distribution. She filled my car with several boxes this morning. I took them down here to Dolores Mission, to Resurrection Church, to Proyecto Pastoral. That's the way it gets out into the community. So one is to have gotten the resources, and the other is to make sure they get out.
Not a single man there, dude. There are the police guy, right? But you're telling me men don't get into politics? Not you. I'm saying, so only there's no good men in politics? Get me in there. Get me in there. So you all could hate me after, right?
We have been again in direct communication with Cal OES and
If you want to be fair, if you really believe in equality, equal rights, and you want to be great. If you want to be great, if you want to hire the best of the best, and you believe in equality, or you don't look at color, then by default, your staff, your group would be every single person in under the rainbow. Every religion, every ethnicity, every color, every race would be in your staff if you're truly looking for the best of the best, because the best of the best don't come in one dimension or one color or one look or one personality or one religion. They come in everything. This to me seems like it's pulling at a certain direction. Now, I could be wrong. I don't like to judge people. But remember, when you look for the best, you find it everywhere. But if you're trying to be biased, pretending you're trying to be equal, it looks one way. It looks very monolithic. Is that what it is? I don't know what that's
the governor to coordinate the resources. That coordination is working. We need to do more of it, continue to press everything that our community needs. And it's by being in the community, either directly and with organizations, that we find out what their needs are. I got a call about, it's even going to the southeast cities of the county. I mean, it's spreading out there, and I'll let the experts talk about that. But the city, county, and the state will continue to work together, not just to make sure Boyle Heights and East LA never have to go through this again. With that, we stand with this community.
Now, I will say this, Boyle Heights and East LA, they must be having it so bad right now. If I'm far away from them and I'm feeling the black smoke, I'm feeling it like as bad as that other time. And it's only one little, not a little, but it's one block.
Every step of the way we do on everything from the raids to this, you name it, we're here with our community. And now I want to introduce Assemblymember Mark Gonzalez.
Thank you, Senator.
There you go. There's one Latino man. By the way, I'm one super chat away from meeting the air purifier goal. One super chat. I'm looking at it. 4 out of 5. There you go. Let's see what this guy has to say.
It was mentioned, Mark Gonzalez, I represent downtown Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, and surrounding communities of Montebello and Commerce as well. I obviously, like many of my colleagues here, want to thank the coordination between all of our agencies. Last night, the mayor and I were texting. We're also in communication directly with the governor, making sure that he was aware, along with our senator and our other colleagues, that this is a priority for us and that we needed that declaration signed yesterday. And so he did that in response to ongoing warehouse fire in Boyle Heights in that area, of course, directing state agencies to support that local response. This morning, as the mayor shared, we were out in Boyle Heights celebrating Father's Day when we were going door to door, handing out masks, handing out air purifiers. The community is in great spirits. They're obviously concerned about the air quality, but they were grateful for the fact that we were able to get those resources to them immediately. And we did that in close coordination with our city council member, Isabel Gerardo, and close coordination with our LA emergency.
I'm not able to get the quality. No way are they going to give me the supplies. They will not give me the supplies. I'm not. I know. And what is it? Leanne's asking, will you be able to get supplies now? But I guarantee you, people are having trouble breathing here. We made our goal for the air purifier. Thank you, Jackie. Hey, please get the air purifier and be safe. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much. Hearts for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for that. Thanks for looking after me, guys. and gals.
California has proactively pre-positioned and made available significant public health emergency response assets should those conditions warrant more deployment, and we'll work with our mayor on that as well. My senator mentioned those resources of the N95 masks, commercial grade, air purifiers, bottled water, and working with our LA.
And look, if somebody in the community needs those masks, I have some of those masks stored away from back then, right? So I'm not going to take it away from someone that would need it more than I do if they're in low supplies. And honestly, like the air purifier, I'd rather some elderly person get it than me. Right? I'm not, what could I say? You know, someone that has underlying health conditions. If they're short in supply, it is what it is. My thing is, how the hell does a fire in a warehouse last 6 days? And why is that warehouse housing these very toxic chemicals that spawn fuel for so many days? That it's a fuel for the fire to push out black smoke, and it's still going. Imagine if there were 2 fires going on in LA right now. Why is this in a residential area?
LAFD and county officials on enhanced air quality monitoring and technical support resources. In addition, Cal OES has deployed Cal OES fire and rescue branch leaders with specialized technical experience to work alongside local fire officials and provide consultation on suppression strategies and operational considerations associated with complex warehouse and hazardous materials fires, as the chief has mentioned. The state of California remains prepared to provide additional personnel, equipment, public health resources, logistical support, local officials determine when those resources are needed. And so we will continue to commit to that. I know the senator and I will likely be back in Sacramento this week, and we will advocate for that to make sure that our community is not.
Now stay on, because Spencer Pratt tweeted out something about Mayor Bass. And I'm going to read it. Now, listen, Spencer Pratt, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's good, bad, or whatever, but that he's a disruptor. And that's good. That's a good thing. He's putting the light on the cockroaches. That's a good thing to me. Now, would he have gotten in and fucked everything up? Probably. And then I would have been calling him out. Right? That's not the point. I don't care if it was someone else. Man, wouldn't it have been great if Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez called out Mayor Bass? Wouldn't that be awesome? If one of them, they called each other out, then I'd be like, hey man, that's good of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Not just protected, but that it is served, especially by those on the state. And again, I want to just thank our governor and my colleagues for making sure that we got this done, got it done ASAP, because our community needed this today, not tomorrow. And we're obviously going to see what this means. And so thank you to our mayor for working with us to get
again, kissing ass.
And I'd like to introduce the president and CEO of the California Community Foundation. Our mayor mentioned some of the dollars that are coming into our local area. So if we can invite up Miguel Santana.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes. My name is Miguel Santana. I'm president and CEO of the California Community Foundation. We want to make it clear to the residents of Boyle Heights and the broader Eastside community that you are not alone. Los Angeles stands with you, and the California Community Foundation is mobilizing immediate relief and resources to support families impacted by this fire and to help the community begin with the recovery. CCF has activated the California Community Foundation Impact Fund to provide immediate support to affected residents. We invite all Angelinos, as we have many, many times before, to stand with the East Side and support our neighbors in Boyle Heights. Individuals, businesses, and philanthropic partners can help families recover and rebuild by contributing to the Impact Fund at calfund.org. Again, that is calfund.org, CALFUND.org. I want to thank Greg Lemcool, who the mayor and I just spoke with. He's the president and CEO of Lineage, for his leadership and generosity. It is important to point out that Lineage is the tenant of this building. They do not own this building. And they have been providing not only $2 million to kick off this fund, but they're also providing air purifiers, food, and other essential resources to impacted families.
I don't know who gets
As
the
you've seen before,
purifiers.
CCF has lifted up these funds in the past, as we did during the LA and Altadena wildfires, and of course to support our neighbors who had family members taken in this very neighborhood. And what we do is we work directly with trusted organizations in this neighborhood, organizations that have been here for
That's the thing. Listen, I know a lot of you feel this way, and it sounds mean sometimes, right? The middle class gets fucked. They get screwed. If you wake up in the morning and you have a 9-to-5 job and you're making enough money just to pay your shit and maybe a little bit more to eat dinner, you don't get handouts by the government. If you are poor, unfortunate poor, you do get handouts, but you deserve them. That means you went to try to look for work, you can't find it, you have some sort of condition, something that's depriving you from getting a job, you've looked everywhere, nothing. Those people, by all means, deserve, in my opinion, to be helped out. But there's another segment of lazy people that don't care about working. They get free shit. Why should they work? So who pays for that? The middle class. The people that get up real early and bust their ass. And then the rich people, they don't care. They could just buy anything. So it's the middle class that gets pulled at both directions. Again, don't twist my words. I'm not saying that government shouldn't help out people who are unfortunate, but I've met a lot of people that have the means more than you to do well, and they just choose to sleep and they still get the stuff. Meanwhile, I can't afford an air purifier, and I have to ask my community to help pitch in, and then you guys, I'm lucky that you guys do. Catch my drift?
very long time that the community trusts. And what they do is they provide cash assistance through an Angelino card program for affected families, food assistance for households dealing with spoiled groceries and other lost income that they may have experienced because of this fire, air purifiers for residents, and other emergency necessities that they may need, like water and masks.
Right, Wendy.
We are deeply grateful for the leadership and partnership of Mayor Bass, of Council Member Isabel Jurado, Supervisor Hilda Solis, State Senator Maria Elena Durazo, Assembly Member Mark Gonzalez, for their swift and coordinated response and their steadfast commitment to the residents of Boyle Heights. And of course, we're always thankful.
The thing is, it's great to pat yourself on the back and say how awesome you are and thank you this member and thank that member, but the fire's still going on. It's still burning right now. I would wait till it's off, honestly.
To fellow Angelinos who always come together during moments of crisis, and we're here to be with this community as long as it takes. Thank you so much.
Before we open it up for questions, I just
here
want to
come the
reiterate
questions.
something that the councilwoman said, which is unfortunately in the environment that we live in, and especially with social media, there's always people who want to opportunize off of a tragedy.
You're not opportunizing by making this about ICE.
Before we open it up for questions, I just want to reiterate something that the council.
You're gonna blame us because we keep you in.
Unfortunately, in the
we keep you in
environment
check.
that we live in, and especially with social media.
Hey everybody, it's Lewis's fault. It's Nerd Report's fault. Not the fire, not the poor handling of the local government. It's little old YouTubers.
Thank you so much.
This is ridiculous, man.
Before we open it up for questions, I just want to reiterate something that the councilwoman said, which is unfortunately in the environment.
She's so fake. Look at that face, man.
To be with
You
the
can't.
community as
Look at
long
that
as it
face.
takes.
One more
Thank you
time.
so much.
Sorry, guys.
Before we open it up for questions, I just want to reiterate something that the councilwoman said, which is unfortunately in the environment that we live in, and especially with social media, there's always people who want to opportunize off of a tragedy. I want to make it very clear, there is no need to evacuate this community. However, if people do not feel comfortable, there are shelters that are open that people can
What is
stay
she
in
talking
for
about?
24 hours a day, and we stand.
I never said no. I haven't heard one social media person say they have to evacuate. What is she talking about? What is this double chin person talking about, man?
In one of those areas right now. So if people call the council office, you can get shelter relief if that is what you need. If you have compromised health conditions in the area and you do not feel comfortable or your medical professional suggests,
Why did she
we
blame
do
social
have
media?
air purifiers and masks available. The councilwoman said about the hundreds that have already been distributed. We have hundreds, and as of tomorrow will be thousands more coming in. And as we know, in terms of air quality, I mean, I'm born and raised here, and I remember what the air quality was in the past. But the air quality throughout the day is going to shift. But as of right now, there is no reason to evacuate this area, and we would really ask people to not spread alarm when it is not founded in reality. So with that, let me open it up, and Paige will manage.
What does this have to do with social media?
Oh, I'm sorry. We were going to do Spanish first. Okay?
Y eso es lo que está echando el humo. Si tienen problema con... Now, the solar panels caught fire in 2024. They were actually
Oh, by the way, this is not the first time this happens.
deactivated and weren't being used. This fire, we believe, started because they were working on the panels to bring them back up and running. One thing that you have to remember when you're using solar, and a lot of people use solar for their
Keith
home.
says, I'm not American, but I really don't like this mayor. She's bloody awful. How do you think we feel, man? I got Canadians in here saying that. Canadians never even get involved with shit. They're saying that.
Homes, they use it for their pools. They use it for even charging cell phones and various batteries because they have so many different sizes of solar appliances. The thing about solar energy is the sun's out and those solar panels are out. It's drawing in energy and it's creating energy on itself. So those were high voltage panels, and it was a solar farm. That entire ceiling, that entire roof, again, 500,000 square foot building was a solar farm, and so it was energized. They were working on it during the fire. The fire started. They thought they put it out. Another fire started. They thought they put it out. A third fire started. They dialed 911, and then we were off to the races. So the fire was actually on the roofing material where the solar panels were, but because of the spread of the fire and the material that was initially burning, it was very difficult for us to put out. That's why we use the unique resources that we did. There's only been one other time in my 31-year career that I can remember ever using a helicopter to try to put out a structure fire, and that was in Silver Lake. And that's what we did on this fire. We used helicopters, our helicopters, which dropped about 480 gallons of water to try to put it out. When that didn't quite work, we went back to our regular resources, which is ladder pipe. Tried to bring in some larger helicopters from the county. That didn't work. We're back to ladder pipe, and we're actually pulling away everything so that we could actually give it the air that it needed to allow the material inside to burn.
Wow.
You mentioned how many truckloads this represents. Is there a potential units in our Southern California supermarkets when we go to buy frozen food now?
You know, Barry, that's a great question. Is there potential for shortages of food? They told me that there were about 70 semi trucks a day that pulled frozen food out of this facility. I'm not an expert in food, and I'm definitely not an expert in the distribution of food.
Bro,
So I can't really speak to that.
Stick around, folks. I got a live feed of the fire. It does not look in control, man. I'm going to show it to you all.
But I don't think we've seen an impact just yet. We got to realize what's happening in the city of Los Angeles. I mean, we've got one of the most incredible events going on in the world, and that's FIFA. And I don't think any of our bars, restaurants, or supermarkets are running out of food just yet.
Imagine if this crap happens during the Olympics.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm trying to make sense of the air quality right now. There is that elevated particle advisory that when you go towards the back routes of those communities, there is thick, heavy air, heavy smoke. The city is saying we put resources for you to be able to.
Let's see what the question is.
But it's not really clear. Is the air dangerous? Should people be concerned about the air quality?
Not to the extent that it required a mandatory evacuation. That's the difference. Voluntary evacuation, we have the facilities for you. It is not necessary for mandatory evacuation.
Is the air dangerous?
I heard
No, the air is not.
the only thing I heard about something that had to do with maybe evacuation was from a mainstream media, not a YouTuber.
Any other questions? Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, check this out. This is via downtown LA live feed. That's right now. That's right now. That's right now. What are your thoughts on this? Look at that. Look at that toxic crap in the middle of a residential area, man. Look at that. Why would you have that there? They regulate everything. They regulate a poor person trying to open a taco restaurant. They regulate people trying to open a burger joint. They regulate somebody trying to sell t-shirts inside a store. They regulate nightclubs, but toxic metal, whatever the hell's burning here from the solar panels, that's fine. Let it go. What is this? Do you think this is going to get turned off by tomorrow? I don't think so. What do you think in the chat? I don't know if this is true, man. Like I said, politicians lie. But here's Spencer Pratt. And I have a feeling this is actually true. Spencer Pratt, Karen Bass. Well, he says Karen, but it's Karen Bass because he retweets her. Okay. Was sipping cocktails in Chicago when Boyle Heights fire erupted. Just as she was sipping cocktails in Ghana when the Palisade fires erupted. I warned you all. What happens to us will happen to all of LA. That smoke choking out LA is full of lead. Facts. Don't breathe it. I'm fucked. I am so screwed, man. 'Cause I feel it. I'm so screwed, man, with my allergies and my. I don't care if you don't like him or who endorsed him. Folks, he's right. Once again, this is Spencer Pratt. Is this really his channel? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's him, okay? All right. Karen was sipping cocktails in Chicago when the Boyle Heights fire erupted. Just as she was sipping cocktails in Ghana when our Palisades fires erupted. I warned you all. What happens to us will happen to all of LA. That smoke choking out LA is full of lead. It is lead. Don't shoot the messenger. There it is, right there. What do you guys think of that? The air is not dangerous, Linda, right? I wonder where that press conference was from. Does this look like it's being contained? Does this look like it's being contained? No, right? It doesn't. I'm going to be back reporting on this until it gets resolved. I'm not going to stop. Hugs is a key, yeah. Oh yeah, her husband underwent some stuff. Her husband underwent some stuff. Could we get some hearts in the chat for her? All right, listen. We're gonna raid Tucson 857. He was a guest here.
All over the nation, but they're
here,
learning,
this guy, right here.
You know, these rights, but also, you know, they're starting to look at it in a different lens.
Let them know.
We're seeing,
Nerd
like you're saying, we're starting to see.
Let them know. Nerd Report send you.
The people taking back our rights because, you know, what happened to me.
Do me a favor.
I never intended, like you said, to be a part of a First Amendment civil rights. I mean, I literally was just going out there to do reports, you know, just like my channel does.
I need you guys to go over there and say hello. Tell them Nerd Report sent you. Here's the link.
You know,
Here's the link in the comments.
No, I mean, I'm still kind of like.
You will also
taken
be
aback
redirected
by it,
over there
and then,
as soon as
you know,
this
the
stream is out.
repercussions that come off. of
Okay.
it, you know, of the hate, the emails, the
Get his
the
attention.
negative
Let him know Nerd
comments,
Report sent
know,
you,
it's
so he
like,
knows we're supporting.
these people don't know.
Who's going over
that
there? Hit
they're
that
going on
one.
headline. You know what I mean? It's like they don't
Just tell
know
him Nerd Report sent you. You're getting redirected there right now. Stay on.
this is almost done. Let's see how he